it is going to be a very, very, very short stream. Probably like an hour, if that. If I'm being so for real with you guys. Peem. Beam. Short stream. Short, easy stream. Quiet stream. Short stream. Nothing crazy going on. Nothing super interesting. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get right up against the microphone because it's what time is it? It's like 2 in the morning. You know, I get like this. This stream will be the only short thing about me. That's goddamn right. That's so goddamn truing and real and fact based. I want to play Banshee. Shocker to nobody. I don't know what I want to do though. I don't know what I want to do. I just know that I want to play Banshee. That's all that I know. I don't even know what mission I want to play. I was doing some survival earlier with Sight Sobek, actually, and I was having a lot of fun with it, believe it or not. And it made me realize that survival as a game mode is just fucked right now. Like, it is just in a miserable state. Why don't I decorate my orbiter? Short answer is that it fucks with your load times. And when you're spamming missions a lot, your load times become really important. So having minimal orbiter decorations when you're doing, like, for example, capture spamming, it adds like maybe 2 or 3 seconds to your load time, and that 2 or 3 seconds continues to pile up over and over again over the course of an entire session. So let's say I'm doing, 100 capture missions, which is about 100 minutes of farming. You know, um, you can add or subtract 5 minutes of load time just by optimizing your orbiter. So, I really like really well decorated orbiters, and I think that really cool looking orbiters are a lot of fun. But because they take so fucking long to load, it's only a couple of seconds, but it just adds up over. Is that why your load times feel so fucked? Your ship's decorated capacity is basically maxed out. Yeah, when you finish a mission and you load back into your orbiter, it takes forever. And that's actually another reason you guys might have noticed, like, the back rooms in the shopping mall. If you have your home set to this back room area, these also take fucking forever to load. This takes a super long time to load, about 10 seconds or so. Which over the course of, even a couple missions can stack up to be minutes long, let alone if you load into the mall and then have to go back into the back room. That adds even more time. And again, it's just small amounts of time. It's not like it's drastic, but it accumulates greatly. So, like, I have these two decorations here just for the gits and shiggles of it. I don't even like them. I think they're really fucking ugly. But I'm just too lazy to get rid of them. Also, I'm gonna switch to my performance guy site. I have a chest sigil, Tanogen sigil. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and it's not, it's not like, wow, this weapon looks really cool at default. That's kind of crazy. It's not like I like making my stuff overly performant or anything like that. It's not like I only care about the performance of the game. Like, oh, I only want, my stuff to be as performant as possible. The reality of the situation is I would really like to have my orbiter fucking decked out. I would even genuinely sacrifice my mission efficiency for that orbiter decoration. But decorating your orbiter also takes a lot of fucking time and patience. And it takes so much fucking energy and effort. And there's, like, It takes a lot of resources, it's a lot of grind, it's a lot of fucking time, or it's a lot of money. And quite frankly, I just don't think it's worth the money. You only decorate if you're bored? Yeah. I was even thinking about, like, in my own dojo, your cabin took many hours just to place everything and months of grinding. Yeah. And the thing is, it's really easy to just throw decorations around. It's really hard to make decorations actually look good. Um, I've even thought a couple of times of like loading this particular room up with decorations. Because I really like them all, but just like it's so hard to make decorations really, really look good. I was thinking I had a lot of interest in making the back room look pretty. I hate that I have to visit the mall to visit the back room. I can't just fucking click on it and visit it, because if I click on it, it's like, you want to set your location there? I don't want to set my fucking location there. I actually would like to do not that, because changing it off of that requires like 4 fucking times of doing the same thing because it doesn't save and load properly, and it drives me nuts. So guess what? I don't want to do that. Back room. Yeah, see this fuck-ass loading where you go through, you know, a slideshow, and then you can finally fucking load this way into your back room. It's like, fuck, this entire loading sequence takes forever. Um, I would love to just throw a ton of decorations in here, because you get like base articulas and you get like cool shit going on and yada yada. One thing I strongly recommend, if you have the back rooms, there's a toggle for a bunch of decorations that are like pre-placed. One of them includes all the trash in the fucking corner here. And if you want your back room to look really good, I recommend turning it off. It does remove like the fucking casting couch that's in here and like a couple of other decorations, but I think it's so fucking worth it just to get the trash off the fucking floors. I hate this pile of trash that's down here. This pile of trash pisses me off. I also really don't like this motorcycle. Personally, I would love to go through and replace all the floors and do all the whatever. But, I mean, whatever. I'm a big fan of this table, though. I think this table's really, really fucking cool. It took me a while to figure out that, like, this table was all the different things. So, like, this is the arcane printer, this is the relics, this is the market. I thought that was actually really cool. This is your mod section. Syndicates. I really liked this, and I thought this was fucking awesome. This is your foundry, which I thought was insanely cool. But overall, just the fact that this place takes fucking forever to load, was just a no-go. I also think that this helmet is a massive improvement over the regular helmet. What the fuck is this? Customize. Oh, yeah, you can rename the guy. You wish different landing crafts have different interiors. Kind of surprised that isn't a thing. So technically, when you're in space, the only part that's your landing craft is the front part of your ship, where navigation is. Which I wouldn't even hate if those had different interiors, to be honest with you. I would love one that fucking moves the market, or lets me move the market and codex around. Because I don't necessarily need the market to be where it is, because I don't really access the market very regularly. If I am accessing the market, it's usually through this menu, which it's right there, by the way. So, you know, I don't really need that terminal there. I do like the codex terminal. You know what else I would love? I would love if I could fucking customize this wheel, actually. Because I would leave the market where it is, and I'd get rid of this fucking tab here, and I'd get rid of this friends tab in exchange for fucking literally anything else. Like, I would rather have a fast travel to, like, my personal quarters than either of these two. These are fucking meaningless to me. Maybe the friends tab isn't so bad, but I feel like there's very little need for this. I would much rather have this be a leaderboards tab. I would love personal quarters and leaderboard here. You know what I mean? And I don't really need a Void Relics one either. I always just go to my Void Relics. I don't ever teleport to it. I don't ever teleport to my Foundry. I always just go to it physically. I guess it's 50-50. I never, quite literally never teleport to the mods terminal. Literally never. If I ever want to upgrade a mod, I'm going to go through my arsenal. I'm never going to go to this fucking terminal. this is such a like this thing is slow. It takes fucking forever to load because I have almost all of the mods. So because I have almost every mod, this takes fucking forever to load. Look at how close we are, by the way. We are super close. I need Tech Gravity and a bunch of K-Drive mods and the Peculiar mods, which whatever. It's just totally not worth loading this fucking thing. It takes so long to load, as opposed to if I just go to my arsenal and I just go to the weapon, like my mods just load instantly, right? Like it's all just right here. All my mods are here. If I ever need a fucking mod, if I get a brand new mod, if it's something that's like, oh, specifically to the Sobek, it's right there, you know? I fucking quite literally never click on this. Like, this takes so long to load. It's so bad. Especially if it's your first time loading into it. You gotta have some place to flush down your 15,000 blunderbusses, though. Here's the thing, though. If I ever want to flush those down, I'm not gonna go here. I'm gonna go to Arsenal, and then I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna click on my fucking mods down here in this little bottom segment. Because that's my muscle memory. And then I'm gonna be here. And I don't need to fast travel to this menu. Go to bed? It's only 2 a.m., man. I work a night shift. I don't need to go to bed. I go to bed at like 3, maybe 4. Something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just my muscle memory to go here. I don't really fast travel to this fucking mod terminal. Have you ever seen a fusion core in-game? Some fusion cores survived. Hold on, I have a fusion core. Where is it? No, I don't. Neru has it. I was supposed to... I think I gave her the 1,000 plat, but I don't know if she ever gave me the fusion core. Hold on. What am I doing? Equipment inventory. Fusion core. Where the fuck is my fusion core? Neru must still have it on her account. That's so cringe. Why do I have a built Loki Neuroptics? Whatever. Why does this... Confusion. That's the word confusion pulls up Loki. That makes sense. I have a fusion core on Neru's account, unfortunately. But yes. 100,000 doubloons or dinner with Blackbeard. See, I don't know if I would survive a dinner with Blackbeard. What? How did I get this? Huh? Did somebody gift this to me? What? How long have I had this? Oh, I must have got this for the Syandana at some point. Huh. PTSD people held ribbons for me in the past and then got banned. Oof. By the way, somebody yesterday was talking about like the claim all, or like being able to claim things quickly. You can hit the claim all button, but you still have to go and build things, which is very annoying. And I really hate having to hit a separate button to preserve my goddamn loadouts. On my specters. Very obnoxious. Do not let Rorona Zoro see your Cyto 9. Nidus and Dante Specters, my beloved. True. So true. So this is Volt. I believe this is Dante. This is Nidus. And then my 4-star is a Citrine. But I might change my 4-star loadout. I'm not sure. You know, we could do ESO farming. I do need ESO because I still need to get the pistol part. So your 1-stars are Nidus? Yeah, I might switch my 1-stars off of Volt. I don't know though. Oh, I'm not host, so being site here is kind of obnoxious. How did I... Oh, Toxin Ancient. Watch out for the Toxin Ancient. Fucking snuck up behind me and insta-killed me. Love that for me. Oh, my punch-through just isn't working on site here. Love that. I should be, I should force host by being in a better region. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm not even gonna finish this. I'm just gonna fucking quit out because I should be host. You do need to get the Lotto Vandal. DE really needs to move editing specters to a specter tab in your menu. It's so obnoxious. I hard agree with that. Such a major agree. We're just gonna switch the region. I don't even need to do this on public, do I? There's no advantage. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna do this on invite only or some shit and just fucking being chilling my way through this shit. I'll do friends only just in case a friend happens to get online and wants to hop in here. You still need Bratton Vandal for Incarnon? Codex update when? Man. I want a codex update real bad, Pookie. How do I have Crepuscular? Oh, interesting. You get Crepuscular by jumping through that. Fascinating. Come on, give me energy. There we go. There we go. Give me that. Give me that. Bonk, 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 bonk. Go like that, and like that. There we go. Alright, chat. So begins this. A lot of this. We'll be doing this for a while. Good old sight. Very normal Warframe that does normal things. Do you guys like my very normal Warframe doing normal things? It's crazy to me that DE power crept fucking Saren of all frames. You know? I see there's a cluster somewhere down there. Oh, I think I got it. What happened to Saren Ogress? You see that site Sobek as the new slot meta? Not necessarily slot meta, it's just what I'm playing. What the fuck? Where is it? What? Why does it keep happening? That's not good. Oh, whatever, I guess. Why? Why? Why does this keep happening? What? That's so annoying. I don't understand why that keeps happening. What? Does anybody want to explain this shit to me? Never had this issue before. I'm gonna move my first ability pylons all the way up here so I can see a little bit further with them, I think. Seems to be helpful. Okay, can I get my fourth ability? Okay, I can. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. I have hella range, so I can actually chill all the way back here, to be fair. And not worry about that. There they are. I could do Ceranogris as well, to be fair. People use Sight, but also Saren. It depends on map. It does. Depends on map, and it depends on laziness. Like, some tiles are just way fucking better for Saren than Sight, and some tiles are way better for Sight than Saren. There's a lot of tiles that are really, really dumpster shit ass for Saren that are really solid for Sight. That they're just like unusably bad for Saren. This is a good example of a tile that's fucking miserable on Saren that's like really decent for Sight. Dude, again with the fourth ability, just getting fucking eaten and disappearing. What is happening? Why? Can somebody explain this to me? What the fuck is going on there? I love my fucking arcane not triggering. Jesus Christ. Why does this keep happening to my fucking mushrooms? So retarded. Want to be Fire Raid Arcane that doesn't blow ass. Dude, want to buy Grenier Manics that don't teleport spam either. Fuck off. Okay, I guess they just have to go in the fucking corner here. Look at these fucking spawns just literally sitting here in the fucking, like, behind the map. Like, fuck off. Not even moving. I almost wonder if the corrosive extra hit would be better or not. Kind of hard to tell. These enemies are so spread out, though. Look at this shit. Whenever you pop out of ESO, accept friend request? Sure, Yak. The sloppening goes hard. Wisp is the only constant in the RB squad. True. True. Let's find a spot to chill. Okay, I was gonna say, please tell me my fucking thing works there, and it does. We're gonna go here, and just shoot at the little red circles. Just shoot at the red circles, chat. Okay, I might need another mushroom, please. Okay, there we go. Let's just do this a little bit. Get myself some energy. go like that and that. That should cover enough. I think it covers enough. It's actually kind of hard to tell. Let's get another one of these down. There we go. Why new Arbucep? I would love to pull out my arc gun in the middle of an ESO mission, man. I really would. Problem. It's an ESO mission. Don't exactly have access to a gear wheel in here. I like where your head is at. There are just unfortunately pressing issues. Samaris is a little bit racist against arc guns, and the hotkey does not work either. On account of Samaris' racism. It is a damn shame. Systemic oppression of bigger weaponry. Yep, that's exactly what it is, and nothing else. You forgore. You forgore like the one and only thing you shouldn't be able to forgore. Well, this is going to be a great tile. I can feel it already. Oh, yeah. This is a fucking tile, alright. This is going to be a juicy fucking ridiculous tile for sight. Holy. See, this type would be cancerous for Saren, you know? Like, this would be a pain in the ass to play Saren on. But sight just doesn't give a shit. Look at how little sight cares. Like, this tile's not even bad for Saren. It's just, like, really annoying to kind of have to go back and forth. Like, you make a little loop-de-loop. And sight can just sit here. And I'm just holding left click. Like, it's just no fucking issue. Completely self-sufficient in here. Again, with my fourth ability getting fucking eaten, though. I really love that. You know what's happening, dude? Oh my fucking god, this game is made by inept idiots. The punch-through I'm giving myself from Sight's fucking ability is causing my mushrooms to go through the floor. But I think I'm still giving myself energy with them, so you know what? I don't even fucking care. Actually, I'm realizing that I still have my strength at the top right. So even though my mushrooms are invisible and or in the floor, I'm still getting them, so fuck it, who cares? That's really fucking stupid though. DE in their inept game dev. Fucking typical DE moment, I suppose. What else can you do? Can you imagine if I was playing with a Banshee player who was able to fucking use the second ability? Man, that'd be nice. Biblically accurate space mushrooms burrowing through solid steel? I guess so. That's the cope we can use. Easy S tiers every fucking rank. Wow, this is a shit tile. Wowzers. Okay. Well. Let's give myself some energy here. Yikes, this is gonna be a rough one, chat. This is gonna be a real rough fucking tile. Enemies still spawn behind me. What the fuck? All the way back here. Whatever, I won't stop them. Why am I permanently toxin proc? Jesus Christ. Also, what the fuck was healing me? I don't even know how I have HP right now. Oh, sight, so back. Yeah, whatever. As long as I'm still getting my buff from those fucking mushrooms, I don't care. Which... I am not seeing them, so I guess those ones don't count for some fucking godforsaken reason. Love that for me. Yeah, those ones didn't land, because they're not on the fucking timer at the bottom. I really love that Sight's punch through just fucking counts for those things and they bounce out of the map. That's so ridiculous. Oh, one of them landed. I don't know which one, but one of them did. Doesn't seem to be giving me any energy. It seems to have bounced too fucking far away. That's phenomenal. Man, this game was made by really intelligent people, wasn't it, chat? This game sure has a lot going for it, doesn't it? Oh, well, thank God this one's over. This tile sucks. Evade also cleanses status effect on cast. Oh, evade heals you? Oh, that sounds very correct. That sounds incredibly correct. Do a little bit of bouncy, do a little bit of this shit, and do a little bit of that shit. This is going to be a ridiculously good tile. Wow, okay, well, there it goes. There goes Sight doing Sight things again. You know what would make this really complete? Would be, probably, corrosive projection teammates, actually, for reduced armor on those Grineer enemies. As strange as that sounds. See, some of these platforms, the mushrooms won't punch through, and other ones they will. It's very frustrating, hey? Because they shouldn't punch through any platforms. And yet, they do. Those are enemies over there. I didn't realize they were for a second. Now I forget, do you need to complete Zone 8 or do you need to get to Zone 8? You need to complete it, right? So like I'm on Zone 7, so after doing this one I need to do one more for my chance, right? That's how that works. Yeah, complete. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. I love this video game. I will say the efficiency we're playing here is staggering. Complete Zone 8 for Route C. Yeah, because we didn't get a reward there. Well, this seems like a fucking great tile, actually. Hello, give me energy. Alright, that works. Look at all these little red dots. These are all dinner. Oh, I ran out of third ability. That's a new one. I haven't had that happen in a while. Don't do it. I should probably put this, like, here, and there, and there, and that will give me a little bit more range there to see what I'm shooting at. Good ol' sight Sobek. This is a great tile for Saranogris. This tile's nonsense. You just literally spin in a fucking little circle. Who's the best marksman in Warframe? Sight or Mesa? Mesa by a fucking mile. Mesa's more of a marksman than Sight. Sight doesn't really give a shit what he's using. He makes it broken, but Mesa's very much a precise Warframe. I can't hit that guy. What the fuck? Oh, maybe my fucking abilities are turned off, eh? Maybe that's the issue. This, that, conk, 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 conk. 750 endo. Wow, that was really worth it. I could go to zone 16, but I kind of don't think I want to. I think I want to add Yak instead. Lore says Mesa never misses her mark from any distance under any circumstance. Exactly. Also, you guys want to know something really fun? When this blackout happens, you can activate your operator, and then you can break out of here. When this stupid fade to white happens, you can just break out. 750 endo life-changing. Do you use status duration for Sobek? Yeah. I think, actually. Was force proc ammo a good idea? It's not force proc ammo. Is Sobek client still bugged? We were testing it earlier, and it seems like it isn't, but it's also a little bit inconsistent and kind of hard to tell. But I don't think client is necessarily the issue. I think it's actually, like, I don't think it's like whether or not you're client. I think it's host client distance. What I should do for this Sobek build is I should, on this config, I think, because I think it's this one is actually the meta RB build. I should change this to status duration, because the minus accuracy is only used to make it more like the bore. It's not really necessary, I don't feel, because the shotgun has good spread anyways. So this should be status duration, and then this should actually be fire rate because I'm solo. And I'm not going to consistently fight those Bane. I could keep this Bane and actually just switch it to Grenier for when I need it, but I kind of want fire rate SD. So let's try. I was using the wrong build though, which is kind of funny. Let's grab some fire rate and make my life a little bit better. Because I'm solo playing, I'm not playing with teammates. And then let's accept Yak's friend request. Accept friend. Who is Jerry the Berry? Ooga booga, I jump on mushrooms. Okay. Nezkrov, Banshee Prime. Alright. Banshee Prime. You're chill. I am not, but okay. Starkiller Prime. That's familiar. It's a familiar name. How do we not have Dyson spheres in Warframe? Dyson spheres, as in like the fucking vacuum cleaner? What is it? Hang on. What do you mean a Dyson sphere? What type of civilization are we in Warframe? A dumb one. A Dyson sphere is a hypothetical megastructure originally described by Freeman Dyson. Oh. You're so true about this. I looked up on images here. It's just a bunch of rings. It's a bunch of strips. Interesting. Harvest the power of the sun. I guess so. Time for ESO gaming. Wisp player with corrosive projection. This motherfucker was listening to the stream. This motherfucker was listening to the stream. I can sacrifice growing power. In exchange for corrosive projection. Which is something I never get to use. Wow, I don't have Omniforma up here. Wait, that's so awkward. I don't think there's any value I get off of... Oh, maybe. Hold on. Nope, not shared. Not shared. Not shared. Interesting. So, running corrosive projection, I should actually Omniforma this dweeb. Because I don't get any value from having this polarity anywhere else. And swapping makes no sense. I mean, I could swap this. What does that hurt? That doesn't hurt this build. Does hurt this one, but I think I can afford it, actually, funny enough. No, I can't, because I'd be swapping. This build is broken, apparently, and this one's broken, apparently. So it's only the one build here, which is annoying. Can I afford it if this is in the wrong polarity? Wait, this doesn't even become the wrong polarity. It's Omni, so it's just this one in the wrong polarity. Or, yeah, which I can totally afford. Our brains are thinking, chat. Why don't I just do that? It's completely affordable. It doesn't hurt anything. Gives me some more flexibility. Yeah, that's completely affordable. Doesn't change this build and doesn't change anything else. Works for me. Now I can change this to whatever I want, such as corrosive P. I keep typing Coors. Fucking Coors Light over here, gamers. I could go for slightly less duration in exchange for... Check my inbox. What am I doing? Communication. Inbox. A gift from Yak? Omniforma bundle. Wow, very fucking swaggers. Very sexo. Appreciate that, Pookie. Corrosive P. Well, listen, here's the thing. You can't say the full abbreviation. Alright, Hank, whatever you do, don't abbreviate corrosive projection. Alright? Don't do it. Don't abbreviate corrosive projection. Don't do it. Can you? You can. Come here, gamer. Alright, I now sit in the corner, preferably here. And then go invisible. And then give myself gas. Get it? And then do this. And then I enjoy myself. I love Wisp. Wow, I'm gonna fucking blow through my fire rate. Where are the enemies at? Want to buy enemies? Nice. Oh my god, I have a Nidus with me as well. Wait a minute. The fucking meta RB squad is going nuts here. The wiggle mouse around strat. Poor Nidus is trying to get fucking targets to link to. Give me that. Or not link to fucking, something really obnoxious is that I'm killing things a bit too efficiently to get Crux to properly stack up. Because you kind of have to rely on getting lucky in order to get the, you have to rely on getting a little bit lucky in order to get the headshots for Crux there. But when it does line up, it's real good. You know, if you guys had anything to level, we could do some magical work like this. How's the public morale in the States? I know regular people are suffering. The public morale is at a fucking all-time low, man. Bounce on it a little bit. Give me some energy. There we go. And there we go. People are more miserable than ever, man. People are angrier than ever. Which is kind of sad because I feel like a lot of people aren't even really, like, they don't even know what they're angry about. They're just angry. Which is like, okay, man. At least be angry about something that makes sense. Like, that's reasonable. Hopefully I still get mushroom buff. I do. Alright, good enough for me then. Although I'm not getting energy. That's problematic. Dude, not getting energy out of this is really annoying. Like, look, both my fucking mushrooms are just gone. It's so obnoxious. Why does Sight give himself fucking punch through to fucking, like, for the mushrooms? Why do the mushrooms, why are they affected by punch through? Why? Who's the fucking nincompoop at DE who thought that'd be a good idea? What do I even do about that? Do I throw them up into the fucking ceiling like this? Does this, like, fix the problem inadvertently somehow? Sure doesn't seem like it. Ugh, whatever. Man, this fire rate makes such a fucking huge difference, dude. No wonder meta RB uses Wisp. brother. It fucking one of the mushrooms clipped out of bounds. That's so cringe. All right, there we go. Why did that happen? God only knows. Second ability moment. What are you doing ESO for? I need like one Lotto Vandal part. I think it's the barrel. And like that's it. And I technically can get the peculiar mods from here instead of getting them from Barukatir, so 2 birds stoned at once. I'm gonna bounce on these a little bit. There we go. Want to buy enemy spawns? Lol. You guys ever notice that if you kill too fast in ESO, you actually lose a tiny bit of efficiency because you have to wait for the enemies to respawn? And like, basically, the way it works is that like whenever you kill an enemy, right, it goes into like it charges up the percent for ESO, but like if you kill too quickly, like right now, like there's no enemies that are spawning. So because there's no enemies spawning, there's no enemies to kill, and so you lose ESO percent because of it. So you have to like hit a sweet spot to not drain the enemy pool too quickly. But if you don't kill quickly enough, then obviously it hurts you. And at certain ESO levels, that ends up becoming like really, really impossible. Because it's like, oh, you killed every enemy, now you have to wait for the enemies to spawn. But if you kill them any slower, then like you lose percent and you fail the mission. I really hate that about ESO. I'm sitting here wondering why I'm not killing anything. My first ability ran out a while ago. Lol. There we go. You know what I'm talking about? It's so obnoxious. Primary crux, not cruxing moment. Come on, give me another crux hit. There we go. One more crux hit for the boys. There we go. Nice big old magazine now. You're into that like 10 and higher in ESO a lot of the time, you really do, and it's very obnoxious. These guys are a little bit hard to see. Good old mouse wiggle. They really should update the ESO spawn code so that, like, enemies do just spawn instantly after being killed. Like, there should just... I don't know how hard it is to make a game mode that's, like, so focused on killing. I think it'd be really funny if you put Nourish on and fucked your elemental weighting. It wouldn't matter. I'm not relying on my elemental weighting at all. My elemental weighting is fucked by 600% electric, so it would not make a difference. If anything, it would just help with my energy economy because I'm using, what's it called? I'm using, nokko subsume for energy. Like, the thing is, 600% from that, and then also, like, if I were to run in a teammate, like, with a teammate, right, it would be like, this build has nerf incoming written all over it. I know if DE sees it. Like, what are they gonna nerf, though? Like, this build has been around forever. Like, Site Sobek is just known. It's, like, intended by DE at this point. And if it's not intended, then DE is dumb as shit because it's on Saren. So it's like it's their fault for making an extra hit. They know how extra hits behave with the Sobek. I don't know what, like, what are you expecting? Or what are they expecting? You know? Like, Sight is already an overpowered frame that they know. They know that he's overpowered because he can shoot through walls and has an extra hit. And he fucking gets force procs on everything and yada yada. Like, what even is there to nerf about it? Like, like genuinely, what do you nerf about this? Because the issue is that he can shoot through walls. That's the issue here. Like, you can nerf the extra hit, you can nerf that. There's still a million options. Like, the boar just works really good at doing this as well, just because it's a shotgun that has a big spread and also does a shit trillion damage. So, like, what is there to nerf about this? I'm trying to find the spot where these mushrooms can go, and neither of those places were good. I love that for me. Maybe on this bridge or something. God, give me a spot for these fucking mushrooms, dude. I hate this game. I hate this tile in particular. This is a really annoying tile. I don't know why his fucking mushrooms have punched through. You gotta remember, DE doesn't nerf anything anymore. Like modern DE hasn't nerfed anything in such a long fucking time. Them nerfing things is a fucking, like, fever dream. Like, if you think they're gonna nerf shit in this fucking game, like, never. Thank God I'm done with this fucking area. Fuck this place. Oh, the goated tile. You're fucking hallucinating if you think DE is gonna nerf anything ever. The balance of this game is destroyed, and there really is no saving it. And I think DE is at this point fully leaning into it, and they just don't care. Apparently they were talking about adding an autocomplete feature for mobile as well, where like missions literally play themselves for mobile games. Which, yeah, doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't doubt if that was true. That's a rumor that I heard. There's no proof of it, but I believe it. Just because of DE and their track record. At least I should clarify, I don't have any proof of it, but I believe it anyways. Something I believe DE would do. Yippee! Dude, if they added that, then there's no hope. Essentially, bots running around at that point, yeah. Which, I mean, it's DE. Kinda, what do you expect from them? Oh. Why is my... I don't have energy for my 4th ability? Ability not ready. Samaras locked my 4? The fuck? Give me this. Give me my energy. There we go. There we go. Will this go through the floor? Yippee, it didn't. I should have had the Wisp player run the Nokko subsume for me. But whatever. Or the Nidus player, actually. Nidus running Nokko subsume makes a lot of sense. You can do the bribe on it? Yeah. I mean, it's chill. Doesn't make a difference to me. Oh, this is Zone 8. Nice. Your Nokko has had the greatest showcase ever, out killing a pyrotechnic retribution Neja. Wow. Oh, I need to go replace my first ability, I guess. Either that or enemy spawns were just really delayed. I think enemy spawns were just super delayed. Crazy. Crazy to think about. I mean, I don't think DE literally cares about the health of this game long term. I think the long-term health of this game is just out of their mind. Peak Warframe gameplay, true. Also, instead of Nidus linking me, you should Nidus link the Wisp for the Booga Booga. You haven't farmed Nokko yet? Nokko's really, really strong. I think Nokko's really good and really fun. Actually, kind of similar to my take on Sight, where, wow, 750 endo chat. We got our. Don't go. It's thing 8. But guys, we did it. We did it, Reddit. Where I think that sight was also really, really cool and really well designed. And if you played him like with snipers, he's really balanced. But if you just play him, like Warframe as a sandbox with like whatever, then he's just suddenly super fucking unbalanced. And it's just like, ugh. Bots AFK farming is a thing already anyways. I really hate that though. They should lean away from that. It reminds me of how ironic it is that Sabuchi criticized TFD devs for their no nerf mentality. Yeah, meanwhile, Warframe, the literal no nerf video game. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Just tired of every new frame being able to do everything. Me too, dude. That's like my biggest issue. That's my biggest complaint. Every frame is able to do everything, and it's really unfun. I am tired of every frame being insanely overpowered. So if the Wisp is gonna do the bright bonnet, then what should I do instead? Hey, I could do the energized munitions subsume. That could be kind of funny. Make my ammo economy a little bit more. Hey, Oof XD. How's it going, Pookie? I could do that. I could do every frame aiming to be a jack of all trades is very boring. It is very boring. Dante has set the bar, honestly. It's impossible standards to hold up to. Yeah, honestly. Dante is too strong. Dante is too strong. I feel like Kome is the like another frame that's actually too strong, but like because she's locked behind such a time gate, is she really too strong? Like I don't know. I think she's too strong, but only because she makes it so that like certain weapons you have to run like suboptimally in order to actually use her, which doesn't really like it's more of a endurance player. Like here's a treat for playing Kome. But I don't think that like her being too strong is necessarily unbalanced because like the amount of time you have to spend to get to that point is like making newer frames feel like a homogenous sludge. Yeah, I'm really tired of standardizing things. Like they tried to standardize damage attenuation, which makes no sense to me because damage attenuation didn't need to be standardized. We don't want standardization of things. Certain enemies having specific DR and having specific counters is fine. Like, I feel like Lephantis doesn't need a damage attenuation overhaul. They have a damage cap per pellet of damage, which prioritizes like shotguns and high multi-shot and high fire rate, which is fine. There's a specific meta for killing Lephantis. I think that's a good thing because it's specific, it's niche, it's nuanced, it gives depth. There's a reason that you take the Kuvahek to go kill Lephantis. And now that it's standardized, there's no longer a reason to do that, which just kind of makes me question, like, why? I don't think that that's fun. I don't think that it's engaging or interesting that, like, oh, now I just need to run basically the same weapon to kill any boss, which is like a Burstin Incarnate or the fucking, the dual Toxicist Incarnate. And it's like, that's not fun. It's really fun that there's a specific setup like a Kuvahek or a Piranha Prime or like like any other like high fire like the Boar Incarnate, like just regular mode, not even Incarnate mode, just Boar. Like that's interesting. Like, oh, high fire rate multi-shot shotguns are specifically good against this enemy. It gives those weapons a function. What the fuck am I gonna do without my what am I gonna do with my Kuvahek now? What's the point of it? What like genuinely what do I use it for? There's nothing in the game that even justifies the Kuvahek existing. I sounded a little tired earlier. Dude, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to go to bed. Snipers are in shambles. Dude, what do you even do with snipers? What like genuinely, what's the point of having a sniper? I don't get it. What value do snipers bring? Like, what, like, genuinely, what's the point of using any sniper rifle in the game? I love sniper rifles. They're really, really fun. You know what I liked using them for? Specifically killing demolishers. Because it's a single target fuck you delete button for, like, one enemy. That's the perfect use case for demolishers. They have a specific kind of DR that is specifically resistant against fire rate and DPS oriented weapons. So here's a burst of high focus single target damage that's perfect for dealing with demolishers. Boom, sniper rifles. They have a home. Well, that home is gone now. Because demolishers are basically just weaker versions of heavy gunners. They have less EHP than a fucking Xmas unit. So it's like there's just no reason. There's no, like, all of my sniper rifles are now completely worthless because every demolisher is just a heavy gunner, like EHP wise. They have no HP. They are literally dead. They have no damage reduction. They have no anything. They're nothing. They're nothing burger enemies. That fucking sucks to me. That's so fucking lame. It's like, why would I ever use like a specific high DPS, like a beam weapon? Well, I would use a beam weapon for specifically a DOT centric build that prioritizes loading up an enemy with a ton of DOTs and then detonating those DOTs with like an expedite mechanic or just like a fucking like a afflictions mechanic or like anything of that nature, right? Like like beam weapons are really really good at dumping statuses on enemies, but every fucking mini boss is now status immune or status resistant to where they take like 4 procs and that's it. So beam weapons are dead against half of the enemies that would be good against. It's like what are we doing? Genuinely, what is the point? What I don't understand about Digital Extreme's approach to like balance is it's not balanced to standardize things. Balance doesn't mean everything performs the same at every level. That's not balance. That's standardization. Balance is some things are good in some environments, other things are good in other environments. Nothing is perfect. Right? Like balance is this thing is good for this role, but not for the other role. I don't bring a primer weapon to DPS down a boss. Now apply the same issues in the EDA, ETA, and your shit options are now super limited. And that's another thing. It's like, oh, I can't wait to go to EDA, ETA, except my only DPS primary is a fucking beam weapon. And like the other 2 primaries are like utility or something. And I have to fight the fucking like the capture target boss. And so it's like, well, fuck. I have to use a beam weapon to kill a target that basically hard resists damage over time because it has a status damage cap. Because it's got a fucking DOT limiter on it. That's fucking lame. That's super fucking lame. How am I supposed to take advantage of? How am I supposed to have fun with that system or engage with it or utilize it in any way? You know, like if I get the Aphentis, the Mutilus Quanta, and the fucking Phage, and you want me to fucking go kill like the Fervon tank, I'm not gonna have a good fucking time. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna chew on it for fucking like for an hour. And it's gonna drive me nuts. And DE is gonna sit there and say, oh, we made a cool, interesting, challenging game mode. That's not challenging. I didn't put my fucking brain to use and be like, oh, I have to do a boss fight. Well, I guess I should select like the weapons that are good for this boss fight and like build my kit around that and like use the specific mods that interact with that boss fight and this, that, and the other. And like, you know, like DE did restrictions in the worst way possible because instead of giving you parameters, they gave you lockouts. And so what I mean by that, right, is that like a good example of a mission parameter that gives you a lot of player choice and freedom is like in a sortie when you have like shotguns only mode, right? Or like energy reduction or some shit like that. Like let's say this said shotguns only to kill the Oro assassination on Earth. Shotguns only is a great restriction because it doesn't prevent me from using any kind of shotgun. I can go in and anything that counts as a shotgun, I can use. That includes a base assist, which is a plasma weapon. That includes the bore, which is a beam weapon. The strun, which is a plasma weapon. All these different shotguns, auto shotguns, burst shotguns, crit damage shotguns, status chance shotguns. I have all these options at my disposal, right? I have all these fucking choices that I can make. And so suddenly this restriction has given me like, okay, well, what's the angle that I take to approach this? Am I using a shotgun or am I using a quote unquote shotgun? Am I, kind of, what am I interacting with? What am I choosing to do? Like when a game mode says shotguns only, that's a go ahead sign for me to like start experimenting. Like, what shotgun is ideal for this environment? What do I want to bring to this mission? What are these enemies specifically vulnerable to? What shotguns do I have that are specifically built to deal with these types of enemies? Shotgun only survival, I'm looking at base assist, I'm looking at Arcoplasmor. Shotgun only boss rush, I'm looking at a Kuva Heck. Shotgun only fucking like an area defense or area denial, I'm thinking like the Cedo, I'm thinking the Boar, right? Like these are different options. I have like different tools at my disposal. That's the whole fucking point, which is shocking to me because instead of giving you the restriction of like shotgun only primary, which gives you all the freedom in the world to kind of experiment with what's good in that specific situation, it's you have one shotgun choice and it's the fucking Rauda. Now go do a survival mission with the Rauda. And I'm not going to shit on the Rauda. It's a perfectly serviceable weapon. And if you use something like Haro, this weapon becomes insane. It has a really high base damage and a bunch of good things going for it. But motherfucker, this is the Rauda. Like if I get the Rauda and I don't get something like Haro, and let's say my Rauda build is specifically quality of life, like this, how the fuck am I going to use this to kill things? Like it does like a decent amount of damage. I can probably make this work. I can probably go into a different config and fuck with it and fine tune it. But it's like, dude, like you are genuinely yanking my dick, forcing me to use the fucking Rauda in a situation I would never use the Rauda because I haven't built my Rauda for that. But if you gave me the restriction of shotguns only, then we can have a conversation of like, oh, here's what I should do. Here's how I should change this. Here's what I'm thinking. Da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking mind blowing to me that DE has these restrictions where like let's say for melee restrictions, right? Like let's say for melee restrictions they gave us like a specific weapon category like glaives only. Glaives only gives me so many choices. This counts as a fucking glaive? What? Huh? That gives me a lot of choices. This gives me tons of choices, right? Let's say that like maybe they go a little bit harder, like, oh, let's say for a melee restriction it's like only weapons that have like 80% slash weight or something like that, or like your highest slash weight weaponry, something weird like that. That would be fine because it's like, oh, okay, so like if I only have access to something that's like mostly puncture with like a little bit of slash, then like it's still fine. The Kestrel, haven't seen that glaive in forever, dude. I said this before that I genuinely really, 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 really want the Kestrel Prime to have a fucking boomerang. I want a tornado boomerang, just like Legend of Zelda, fucking Twilight Princess. I want to be able to throw, even if in Warframe it's like a shitty Zephyr tornado, whatever, I don't care. I want to be able to throw fucking tornadoes with the Kestrel. I want Kestrel Prime tornado. I don't care if it's gimmicky. I just want to be able to throw a singular Zephyr tornado that fucking groups up enemies in a puddle for me. That's all I want. I just want Kestrel Prime to be a fucking tornado. Telos, Boltes, and Glaive. Exactly. See, you fucking get it. Telos Boltes in a Glaive form. Let me throw a fucking tornado boomerang. I beg. Please, bro. Please. But seriously, like, I have so many options here, right? And like, yeah, all these glaives are going to kind of play the same. Well, I don't know about these ones. I don't know if these count as glaives. But these glaives are going to kind of play the same, right? But a glaives only restriction still gives me so much fucking freedom. Like a hammer only restriction gives me so much freedom. Oh, Heliocore slam build, Wolf Sledge throw build, fucking Kodomotivore like heavy attack build, Jadkatag heavy slam build. Like you've got options, right? These are options. These all play kind of differently. Fucking rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. Rest in piss, Architectron. Polearms all kind of play differently. Aminata plays like influence build, where like the Sidon plays with Dowdy build. Those are good in different situations. The fucking the Legion plays it a completely different way depending on what you're doing. Like, you know, none of these are necessarily heavy attack builds. The Thibodeau is kind of like an attack speed meme. Like you've got options, right? Scythes, it's the same thing. Most of these are going to be kind of heavy attack focused, but like the Thallus is a very unique weapon, and especially compared to the Venato Prime is a very unique weapon. These two weapons play very differently. The Hate plays very differently. The Harmony plays very differently. These are all very unique weapons that all have like kind of a role to fill, right? Use the Sero. See, that's a fucking real man's pick. The Sero is a fucking that's a goated individual pick. This is a man's weapon right here, chat. Look at this. 8% crit chance, 1.5 crit damage, the way God intended. And you know what? This weapon's not even fucking bad, by the way. This weapon's not even terrible, because it has just straight up innate electric slash only. Holding down left click on Tord gets the job done, so why bother? And that's the thing. It's like, when you do EDA, ETA, you don't get to build a cohesive loadout, right? So like, let's say for example, like if I change the restrictions to be like, my primary weapon has to be a status oriented weapon. Let's say the status chance has to be over 25%. So my primary weapon is now forced into this kind of interesting category where I have a lot of primary weapons that have more than 25% status chance, right? I have some that are really close that just don't quite make the threshold. But there's a lot of weapons in the game, primary weapons, that have more than 25% status chance, right? That means that when I go and I build my loadout, I'm thinking like preemptively, like, okay, I'm probably going to use my status chance oriented primary to do something like specifically oriented around status. Or maybe they could even expand it as far as like, if you mod 25% status chance on the, 25% or more, then it also counts. That could be an interesting angle to put things. And so now you've kind of got the situation where like, okay, how am I going to use my primary? That's a sick restriction. Use a primary weapon above 25% base status chance. Yeah. And then like, if you have a weapon that isn't 25% base status chance, it's kind of annoying to get it to 25%. Like I'd never bring the fucking, let's see, what's a good example of this? I'd never bring like this fucking AX52. Because like it's not quite there, and maybe one status mod, maybe I could justify it if the build really called for it, if I had like a really good AX52 setup. Then like, okay, yeah, I'll put like one status mod and I'll squeak this over the 25% threshold. EDA shoehorns you into a frustration and calls it difficulty. It borders on tedium. It really is tedious. It really fucking is. But I think a 25% base status chance restriction is way cooler for primary weapons, instead of locking me into like the lens, the comb, and the fucking Nagantaka. It's like, what the fuck am I gonna play? Like, I guess I'm gonna play the fucking Kuva comb because that's like the best of the weapons that you've given me as a selection, and I'm gonna try to go from there. But like, fuck, that's so mid. Like, you know what? Let's actually literally go and check what ETA restrictions are right now. You'd rather have negative modifiers you could build around instead of modifiers that lock you into specific weapon types with specific stats? Me too, bro. I would much rather a modifier that's like primary weapons minus 20 base status chance. Or like secondary weapons minus 30 base damage or some shit like that. 30% base damage or something interesting like that. Melee attack speed is nerfed for X amount of kills, right? Oh, that's not what I wanted. You. So look, I have to choose between the Buzzlock, the Archiplasmor, and the Attica. I don't even have the Attica, so I'm choosing between the Buzzlock and the Archiplasmor. Now, the Buzzlock is going to be really fucking good for this Legacite harvest and this assassination, but it's going to be fuck awful for this exterminate mission. So what does that mean for me? Well, I'm probably going to end up choosing the Archiplasmor because the Tenet Plasmor. Also, the Tenet Plasmor technically has a synergy with Mesa, kinda, so it's going to be a little bit more usable, but not really because this enemy and this enemy have damage caps on them anyways. By the way, Thermion Plating, go fuck yourself. It's not even going to be good there. So, like, I got a goated weapon choice, but I'm shoehorned into a situation where, like I'm not going to be able to use one of these weapons. Like one of these weapons just off the fucking table. Not only that, but like I said, the Archiplasmor kind of has a synergy with Mesa. Not really. I have to force the synergy in, which is really fucking frustrating. By the way, I am totally using Mesa here because Dagoth doesn't really do good in Exterminate missions, and Vauban, despite doing really good in Exterminate and Legicite, I'm not really comfortable bringing him into Assassination compared to Mesa. It's like a 50-50 there. I get my Compressa, which is my goated primer of all time. This is like the most goated loadout I've ever seen. Oh, dead melee. I mean, these are completely fucking dead melees to me. Like, maybe somebody has a PDC build that's fucking cracked out of its mind. I'm sure PDC is fucking awesome for some people. But, like, I would much rather this loadout restriction for melee be like a general restriction to my arsenal. Like, every weapon category having like a modifier of some kind. Do you really want Shatter Shield to tank AoE Lingering Toxin Puddles? I'm more thinking about the first ability. Shatter Shield I don't have. I have Zados over the 4, so I guess I could technically use it. Doesn't really matter because I'm fucking using Thermion Plating, so I don't I don't even get to shoot the damn thing, so whatever. It's like I'm shoehorned into this fucking choice where it's like, oh, I guess I have to pick Mesa, I have to pick the Archiplasmor because I'm using this Exterminate. And like I don't even get a third weapon choice because I just don't have this weapon. That's fucking cringe inducing. I have to choose between Epitaph and Compressa here, and it's like, well, my Compressa is a better primer, and I don't need my Epitaph to DPS because I got the Archiplasmor. And the Archiplasmor is going to be specifically for this. So like, it's like you're making me choose between a rock and a hard place. Do I choose the Buzzlock so that I don't have a 9-minute fucking Legicite harvest? Or do I choose the Archiplasmor so I don't have a 9-minute Exterminate? Both of these answers are wrong. Thermion Plating Assassination. This is fucking cringe-inducing to me. If this was shotguns only, I could figure it out. The Warframe restrictions, like, I don't know what you could do for Warframe restrictions, to be completely honest with you. But I feel like frame-specific restrictions are really, really, really obnoxious because it's like, what if I didn't get a frame that's synergized? What if I got fucking Loki and Atlas and Vauban? Which has happened to me before. I've got Loki Atlas as a combo tons of times. I've gotten Loki Atlas so many fucking times, it's mind-numbing. I genuinely, cannot stand it. Even with 4 people, Legicite's very weak now. Yeah, I'm sure, because they fucked the damage attenuation on it. It's so, they standardized damage attenuation, and then they just nerfed the shit out of it. And it's like, yeah, obviously, when I play this myself, I can just brute force it by just using fucking Vazarin on everything all the time, and just fucking shield gate spamming and just sit there and hold left click, and eventually something will die to a status effect, or my companion will finally chunk it down, or I'll use a fucking art gun and I'll do that. But those are the only things in the mission that I have fixed control over. Have you ever noticed that for EDA, ETA? The only things that matter are the things that you fixed have control over. Well, I can bring my operator in, or I can bring gear, or I can bring my companion, and eventually that'll kill something. Or I can use my art gun finally, because art guns are now competitive with regular weaponry. It's the only things that matter for these missions are standard fixed weaponry, because it's the only thing you have control over, which I think it fucking defeats the entire purpose of the RNG loadout. If I have an entirely RNG loadout except for this one little cheat, is it even a fucking RNG loadout anymore? What's the point of having the restriction if the best way to play is to bypass the restriction? You want to know the absolute best way to play? It's to have somebody else who's already done ETA carry you by playing the most optimal fucking Zephyr Slam build. That's the way to play this. You don't actually you just play all the restrictions as a cripple. You got gear embargo and now the operator modifier, so now you're fucked 100%. Yeah. If you're unlucky. which we have had weeks that have that, which is like just like it's so obnoxious. Imagine having friends in Warframe. True. During those weeks in particular where you have like no operator, no gear modifier, like when you have both of those at once, which is just fucking disgusting, you have to hope and pray that you get a stupid frame like Dante or Revenant. Which I think for me, both times that's happened, it's been like Dante and or Revenant. Just pub squad and leech. Fucking leeching pubs and ETA is more fails than it is wins, dude. I've noticed that pub players really fucking struggle with ETA. They fail a lot. ETA players fucking fail like I'd say like 70% of the time. If you wanted to make a system that was challenging and like incentivized like players using their brains thinking outside of the box, I wouldn't go for an approach like this. I would go for an approach that incentivizes engaging with the systems you have in place. Like, for example, instead of these modifiers here, I would make it so that, like, the primary modifier would be, like, you must have, like, this damage type. Like, you have to use, like, Elec and Blast or something. By forcing people to utilize this kind of, like, nuanced system, you kind of incentivize people to experiment with builds or like default to builds that they have that stuff in place. And it rewards people who have a diverse array of builds, and it incentivizes people to build more diversely. If you specifically have a restriction where it's like your melee weapon must have X amount of status chance base and also be dealing gas damage, or else like it won't damage enemies, that incentivizes me to like build for gas. But you know what else incentivizes? Let's say for the secondary restriction, like, oh, I have to have a certain damage type on there, like heat. If I don't have heat, that means that I can use a 0 damage primer, which then means my Legocyte kills are going to be way easier. Most Warframe players aren't that smart, just like the devs. Yeah, but if you force them to be smart, then like, boom. Like you grow the player base and you develop the skills and then you do the things. What skills do you develop by being forced to pick like the most optimal weapon sequence in this loadout here? I'm gonna grab PDC, Compressa, and fucking Arcoplasmor on Mesa, and then I'm gonna fucking hate myself for this assassination, and I'm gonna be like really annoyed while I do this Legocyte harvest because it's gonna be slower than I want it to be because I didn't get to choose the Buzzlock for this wet mission. And this, I'm just fucking miserable because I have to do Thermion plating because this restriction sucks. Restrictions breed creativity, but not like this. Stuff like no multi-shot or only one specific damage type sounds fun. It really does. You know what else sounds fun? What would be the situation? Like, how would people feel about a mission where, like, enemies are resistant to specific elements? Kind of like Profit Taker, where they, like, they're only vulnerable to, like, one damage type at a time, but you can use your operator to cycle it. That would incentivize you, like for the whole ETA, let's say for this entire exterminate mission, it's Profit Taker armor, where enemies are only vulnerable to like one damage type at a time, but you can cycle it with operator. That would incentivize me to build as many damage types into my different weapons as possible. Maybe on Xmas units, I feel like it'd be annoying on fodder. That the whole point would be that it's on fodder. Because then, instead of having these fuck-ass weapon restrictions, use Kome, you could do something like that. Yeah, like maybe you could make it so that instead of being straight up immune, it's like 99% DR, and then like 200% DR to the selected damage type to like offset the weakness if there's like a weakness multiplier interaction. Like let's say gas damage, the Scaldra, I believe, are resistant to gas. So just make them 200% vulnerable to gas and it cancels out. And then they're like 99% resistant to everything else. That would be fucking perfectly fine. You know why that would be fine? Because then you're incentivized to like utilize like a Profit Taker loadout in an exterminate mission. That could be fun. If they did Profit Taker shields like that, you could have specific amps for it. Yeah, there's a lot of amps that are really good at just mass clearing a bunch of shit. Or like your operator could just disrupt the shield entirely. And then because your operators disrupted the shield entirely, you've got like 5 seconds to just DPS them down or something. So you've got like a selection thing where like you could make a Profit Takers type loadout, or you could just use your operator, turn the shields off real quick, and then fucking blow everything to smithereens as per usual. And again, or you could just brute force it and say, fuck it, 99% DR doesn't mean anything to me. I've got an overpowered Incarnate weapon and I can just chew through them. Bzzz, you know what I mean? That's a way more fun and way more interesting gear restriction. Because you've got the option to make it easier by specifically interacting with the system in multiple ways, either bypassing it with operator or actually adhering to it. You have the option to brute force. Want to bet Archon shards will be moved to the 2 new game modes from ETA, EDA, so DE can forget about these? It'd be a fun reason to use the Hystrix Prime. It'd be a fun reason to use a lot of things. There's a lot of weapons that would, like Citrine would go insane with that game mode. Giving Techrod or Murmur sentient adaptive shields actually has more precedent in lore? Literally, dude, anything. Fucking anything. Anything to make this better. This system of these random fucking things is like, it's not nuanced enough to be interesting, and it's not simple enough to be good. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes simple is best, right? Sometimes easy, simple, straightforward stuff is best. But if you're talking about high-level, end-game, super difficult content, this is where complexity should shine. I feel like ETA, EDA should be like where complex, nuanced, difficult, like advanced stuff should be happening. If you want to play ETA, EDA, this should be the spot where you go and you activate big brain mode, right? This is the hardest game mode. This is supposed to be the end game, hard, difficult content for tough as nails motherfuckers who are badass and they eat pussy for breakfast and they spit out the fucking shit they don't like. Like, this is baby mode. Anybody who's been playing for fucking not even a year. Did the enemies even reach base steel path levels? No, because they don't have a steel path modifier. So them being level 400 to 500 is the same as like level 200 steel path. Hold on, let me actually double check this really quickly. I'm gonna pull up my fucking calculator that I made, my as precise calculator that I made, and I'm just gonna really quickly. So let's say an enemy has 500 base health and 100 base armor. These are kind of like whatever random values, right? At level 500, we're looking at non-steel path scaling, 201,000 health and max armor, right? At level 200 steel path, it's 297,000 health. So at level 200, it's almost 300,000 health. Versus level 500, it's 201,000 health. Level 200 steel path enemies are literally tankier. Same armor value. Level 100 steel path enemies are about the same HP at 194,000 versus 200,000. So like level 100 steel path is the same EHP that these guys are rocking right here. 475 to 500, it's like the same. So this isn't even like really level 500, because anybody who's played steel path level cap knows that like they don't use steel path modifiers. It explains so much. I wonder why these level 400s felt weird. Yeah, they're not real level 400 and 500 enemies. Level 500. Oh, but level 500 looks so much better. It's a PR stunt. It really is. These guys not having the steel path modifier makes them so fucking weak. The only reason this level scales so high is to deal a lot of damage, which, by the way, doesn't even matter because health tanking all the way up to 3k feels the same. So, like, the whole purpose of this is just to gatekeep people who can't tank above level 200, but everybody can tank to level 3k really easily because enemy damage scaling, despite being exponential, is still really easy to survive up to, like, level 3000, where the multiplier starts kicking in. Health tanking in level 500 is so piss easy. DE put on easy mode for everybody. Literally. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, Elite Temporal Archimedia, this should just be Steel Path. Regular Temporal Archimedia is level 350. This is nothing. This is nothing. This enemy level is fucking literally PR. Because it's not even Steel Path. The enemies don't have Steel Path health. Steel Path armor isn't a thing anymore because they changed armor scaling in Jade Shadows. Like, this is nothing. The only thing that changes is like, oh, they do a lot more damage than a level 100 steel path unit. Can you fucking believe that? Like, genuinely, can you for a moment, like, think for a minute? How many people do you think are fooled by the fact that this is a level 500, so it must be stronger than the base steel path they're already playing? Level 500 is literally steel path. Non-steel path level 350 is like doing the first steel path exterminate on Earth. It quite literally is. I can again pull up the calculator and just really quickly run this through. So, Steel Path Earth is level 105, right? So that's 200,491 red HP and maxed out armor. If we instead go to level 350, that's 164,000. So, hold on. So, 194,000. Sorry, 105. 200,491 versus 164,000. Level 350, non-steel path, 164. Level 105, steel path, 200,000. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking for real right now? Like, non-steel path, it's even weaker. It's weaker. This is weaker than SP. I'm saying this is base SP. This isn't even level 200. This is base SP. That's like a steel path level 60, if it ever existed, yeah. Chat, every single person in this chat right now, every single person, every single one of you who has played in a steel path Lua conjunction survival, which is level 200 base, starting at level 200. Lua conjunction survival, every single one of you who's completed a steel path mission has killed enemies that are harder to kill than elite temporal Archimedia. Why do you think I always harp on the fact that, like, these weapon restrictions don't even matter? They don't even make sense. Every single one of you who has done a Lua conjunction survival can do an ETA. Every single one of you. You camp Lua conjunction survival and you stay there to 300 plus all the time? Does Sobek Shenanigans sail with status damage mods? Yes, it does. Absolutely. Status damage mods are very important. Yes. It's a multiplier for your extra hit, TLDR. Because your extra hit 4 status procs, and the explosion, very good. Very sex. You now have 0 reason to play that garbage. No wonder the game mode is so piss brain easy when you get to use a gun you actually want to use. Yeah. Waking up early tomorrow. See ya. Hope you have a great time. Though in this economy. I use that conjunction survival to stress test new builds all the time. Yeah, that's like where you should go because it's the highest level survival that exists. And guess what? It also forces you to utilize different game mechanics because you have to use your operator. Shocker. Shocking. Shocking. Isn't that stunning? Isn't that fantastic? This shit is so infuriating to me. Enemy artillery beacons. When killed, Scaldra troops drop artillery beacons that summon bombardments. Oh, so every enemy has death damage. God, what a unique modifier. Hey, raise your hands if you're tired of enemies having enemy death damage. All of your hands should be up. Every fucking enemy in the game has death damage right now. Every enemy has death damage. It's so annoying. The infested enemies all have death damage. The fucking what's it called? The Entrati enemies, the Necromechs have death damage. The dogs have death damage. Every single fucking enemy in the goddamn Tech Rot has death damage, or they leave a lingering AoE field. All the Scaldra have death damage. They all throw AoE grenades. Now there's a modifier for death damage. Hey, there's another modifier that's also death damage, which is the Void Burst one. Anybody else tired of Void Burst? I hate getting Void Burst on my Netra cells. You know why? Because it's just death damage and flashbangs. I love variety. Yeah, variety of death damage, dude. What are we fighting for in EDA? DE best I can do is Meso A7 Relic in the round 2 rewards. Yeah, the rewards aren't bad because it's like, ooh, Archon shards, ooh, these cool arcanes. Like, yeah, okay. But like the grind is fucking, it's not even a grind, it's a time-gated weekly thing. So you do it once and then you're done with it. So it's not even really a grind, it's just waiting for time gate, which I think fucking sucks. Because what, like, why? Oh my god, Kome player. Kome player in the wild. What weapon is this? That is a Tenet weapon. Tenet briefcase? Some kind of Tenet weapon. What are you? You are a Nivara? Question mark? No, Mirage. You're a Mirage. I know the skin. You're a Mirage. You're a Mirage. What are you? Nokko. That's a cool one. Hildren. I see a lot of Hildrens. Jade. Varuna. I'm looking for Banshee. Dagoth. Volt. Took me a second. Is that a mag player? That looks like a Trinity, no? That's a mag, though, isn't it? Actually, this is Trinity. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a Trinity. Cool. Dagoth. I know you, but I can't think of the name for you. I don't know why I can't think of the name for you. I know you. I know this Warframe. It's not coming to me. It's not Ember. It is Ember. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's fucking Mirage. Right? I actually can't tell. Wait, who is this frame? What fucking frame is this? Am I schizophrenic? This is Citrine. This is Citrine. I'm dumb. A fucking titty crystal in the middle. I couldn't fucking see. Yeah, Citrine. Man, what a cool Citrine skin. That's Frost. Easy. You're Nova. Wukong. I like this new Wukong skin. There's a Trinity in there. There's a Hildren in there. There's a Gyre in here. That's kind of cool to see. What are you? Purple. Where the fuck did the purple individual go? There they are. You're a Gyre. You're easy. What the fuck? There's just people here? What? How long have there been random-ass people here? Why is there a bum trying to sleep on the fucking bench? What? How long have there been just random-ass human beings in this area? What? What? Since release, at rank 5, humans come to the mall? What the fuck? I never noticed because I hate this area, so I spend as little time here as possible. Wait, how many humans are there? Why is there a domestic drone here? What? You can't even write it. It's a fucking point. You're a Zephyr. That's easy. You're, fucking Nova. I like that skin. That's a cool Nova skin. What the fuck? There's just a whole ass dudes. There's just humans here. My dog is fucking bigger than this guy. My dog looks like he wants to eat this fucking dude. Just gonna fucking kill him. What? There's fucking people here. Wow, this dude's got cool shades. Oh, this bitch looks like she's from fucking that one game where you stop time and go back in time. What's that game? Strange Life, Stranger Than Life, Strange something. Life is Strange. That's the one. Yeah, doesn't this bitch look straight from Life is Strange? Yeah, Life is Strange. Yeah. Tell me she doesn't look exactly like that. People play this? What the fuck? You were a Nidus, I think. Yeah, no, you're Lavos. I can't tell. You're moving. Stop moving. You're Lavos. Yeah, you're Lavos. I see your shoulders. You're still looking in the corner. You're a Nokko. I thought Nidus because of the helmet, but it's Lavos. Your sight. Yeah. You're hard to see, but your sight. You're another Nova. A lot of Novas out today. I think it's like 3 or 4 Novas that I've seen. What are you? You are Caliban. Cool. Arthur, son of Arthur. Fucking lag spike, Jesus Christ. I'm so flabbergasted there are just fucking people in here. That's so weird. I've literally never noticed them, and now I can't. Oh, this guy. Lol. So is there no reason to be in here? There's just this entire section of the mall that just exists for no reason. What is this supposed to be? So this is like a arcade cafe gamer thing. Like this is like what I see in the library, right? I imagine this would be a library. So it's supposed to be a cafe, but there's no tables to sit. These did not exist in cafes. There's one table in the corner. And then this cafe has a bunch of regular ass coffee machines, no espresso machines, no anything cool, and a soda machine. Who the fuck goes to a cafe for a soda? Why is there a fucking printer here? There's a computer here. What? Oh, there's a secret here. Oh, okay. I guess that's why you go here. There's a secret. Okay, I changed my mind. Good enough. This gives the impression that it loops around, but there's just a wall there. Nice continuity. Interesting. Does this door make sense? Would it make sense for there to be a door here? Westernized internet cafe. Oh, Zaku player. Hello, Bob Dilly 15. There's more fucking people here. What? Dude, you know I'd never spend time in this area because I never saw the fucking people before. Let's see who's in here. Another Nova player, or maybe the same one from before. Good fashion. Hey, look, it's that guy from before, that Lavos. Does anybody ever talk to Flareon back here? Not a single person is talking to this bitch. There's just a fucking person here. This looks like Jacksepticeye if he was drunk and hated his kids. What the fuck is this drink? This is like if Jacksepticeye gave up. Do you know where the meat hole is? Probably not. Why can't I jump on this table? Why? Why? Why not let me destroy this table? Let me bullet jump and destroy the table. Dude, if I went to this place and I went to take a piss, I'd be so pissed off. Where the fuck do you go? What kind of fucking stupid bullshit is this? Show me the sign where I can put my wiener. What the fuck your stupid bathrooms and your fucking gender spectrum. Shut up. Don't care. I need a safe place to pull my winky out. I don't want to fucking pull my winky out in a room where there's a fucking... Are you a star or a moon? Literally. Well, you really hit that fucking open string there. What a rock star. Oh, I need this, apparently. Do I want to, though? Heartstrings? Oh, I have to do regular defense to get this, don't I? Oh, fuck. Why would I do that to myself? The regular defense is so ass. Oh, it's not terrible, actually. Soul means male in Halvania, so Sun is male, Lua's female. I guess. I guess so, yeah, that must be it. Because Lua, Luna, yeah, okay, I see it. Does anyone actually play Temple? I don't think so. I feel like Temple's actually fairly uninteresting. That's a Mag player. That's a Varuna player. That's a Ureli. Is that a Ureli Signa that I've never seen before? No. What is this helmet? Is that just her fucking helmet? Wait, that's such a cool helmet. What? I've never seen this Ureli helmet before. With, like, the little fins coming off the back, because she's got the Flareon sigil there. I saw a Gara. That's the Gara I saw. Is that an Anubis? Well, it was an Anubis guy. He's gone now. What are you? You're also Gara. You're Gara Prime. That's cool. Who are you? Are you Oberon? Inside of... No, there's an... Hang on. There's a Nova, an Araxia, and a Najah all standing in one here. I can see the Nova helmet. I saw the Araxia for a brief second. And then I see the Najah here. And then you... What the fuck? That's a cool Lavos skin. I've never seen that before. Whoa, that's a really cool Lavos skin. I've never seen that before. That's cool. Oh my god, a Banshee player. Banshee! A fucking Banshee player! A Banshee player! Banshee spotted! Fucking Banshee player in the wild. The new Lavos Deluxe looks fucking great. Dante player. Another site. Revenant. You fucking disgust me. Eleanor. Volt. Pink Volt. I already saw this Gara. Sevagoth. Man, Sevagoth has some big fucking fingies. What the fuck? Well, I can't see his fingers now. You can kind of see it. Look at his big ass fucking finger, bro. What the fuck? Sevagoth got them fucking Schmieder fingers. Hello, Zaku Prime. Ureli again. Yeah, look at this fucking... It must be just Ureli Prime's helmet or some shit. Or like maybe an alt helmet. I swear to god I've never seen it. This fucking looks good. Pink Volt, a Polt if you will. So true. I'm realizing a lot of these people... Gauss. I'm realizing a lot of these people use the default animation for their Warframe. Mirage Oniro skin spotted. Or Harlequin. Is it Harlequin or Oniro? I can't fucking tell because it's standing inside of a Frost. Or not a Frost. Najah. We talked about this. That's Harlequin. I really like this Araxia here. I wish this Araxia would move so I could see them. They look really cool. Maybe I should pull out my cool fashion. Banshee. Banshee fashion. All black Saren. Yeah? I think that was Saren. Where are you going? Where are you? The fuck are you going? Where the fuck are you going? You're just as lost as me. Jade. Wisp. Caliban. There's a lot more people here. Oh, nice. Pink. This looks fucking cool. Wait, what? This Nova glows. That's cool. Oh, very cool. What the fuck happened to you? I can't even tell what the fuck you are. Yes, I can. You are... Who has this skirt? You're not Saren. Who are you? I can't fucking tell what you are. What are you? You are... Right? Saren has tits like that. What's this arm piece? This is Saren. I've never seen Saren with a skirt. That is Saren. Yeah, chat agrees. This is Saren. I've never seen... Is that just regular? Maybe I have. Alt skin? Clearly. A fucking Ember player? Jesus Christ. In this economy? Ooh, wow, you look cool. Who the fuck are you? It's hard to see in this lighting. Well, he's gone now. Sevagoth in here. Excalibur Umbra in here. Valkyr with the fucking balloon arms. That's sad. That was a green Volt. Yeah, it was. It was the Volt. It was the Volt Oni skin or whatever. Or not Oni, whatever the fucking gold skin was. Anyways, I'm gonna go to bed now. That was a good 2-hour stream. We did fuck and all. We did 2 ESO runs, and then we talked about how dog shit Raging skin red. Yeah, yeah. We did 2 ESO runs, and then we talked about how fucking awful ETA EDA is. It's not even that Archimedia was a mistake, it's that they really misunderstand what fun, difficult content is. Like, if the game mode is supposed to be difficult, then make it difficult because of nuance and complexity. Making it difficult just because, oh, it's random RNG loadouts, so therefore difficulty. That's not difficulty. That's not fun. High level engaging content should be like forcing players to use their brains when they build. I think that like something that like opens up your building and modding is way more important for difficulty, because here's the thing, you don't even need to max out your mods in order to like start understanding these kinds of things. Like, oh, if I'm in a shotguns only restriction, what shotgun is good for this specific mission that I'm doing? That's way more interesting. Like, you know what I would much rather for ETA EDA is I have those 3 pre-selected missions, and instead of one build to do all 3 of those missions, I would rather specifically, like, I'm locked to like a specific weapon that I choose for that mission. You know what I mean? Or like I would rather be locked to like a loadout that I build specifically for that mission. And like you can put like way more intense restrictions on my loadout there, and you can make it way harder that way by specifically making it so I build a loadout for each of those missions. That would be way more interesting to me. I would find that way more fun. Sadly, those restrictions are relegated to sorties a decade old dead daily. Which makes me sad, because I did some sorties before and they are genuinely kind of fun to do. I don't know if you guys have ever like actually done sorties like every day. They're fairly fun. They're great entry level like things for new players to do. I feel like newer players who haven't gotten to Steel Path yet should do sorties regularly, because I feel like sorties are a good middle ground stepping stone to get you kind of in the mindset for like Steel Path. Maybe not in the mindset, but just like kind of get you a little bit more prepared for Steel Path. Because a sortie is still going to be like the most challenging thing a Star Chart player ever plays. Sorties are going to be the hardest thing for Star Chart. I feel like sorties should be tuned up and enhanced greatly. Because as far as base Star Chart is concerned, like, sorties are goated. They should probably focus on this and make these way more valuable to new players. I say fuck the legendary core. Maybe you can keep it. I don't know. These are actually kind of good. I think the big thing to remove would be the Riven mods. But I don't know. Like, this is, I'm like, you know what? Actually, no. Sorry. Remove the Kuva. Remove the Kuva from the pool. I'd say probably remove, or maybe add Omniforma. Maybe don't add Omniforma. Omniforma is a high level thing. It's a late game thing. Maybe just change this from daily. Change this from daily to like every couple hours. Why not make Steel Path sorties? That could be fun too. Steel Path sorties with like higher tier, like better rewards. Can I have one natural legendary core drop in my Warframe career before World War III starts? Yeah. I feel like the legendary tier here is maybe a bit I don't know. I feel like the 3-day boosters, the 4,000 endos, 6k Kuva, like I feel like Kuva is just irrelevant to a fucking new bro. You can remove the Kuva from this. You can add a giant credit cache of like a million credits or something, and I think that'd be way more valuable for new bros. And a million credits, like, that's not enough for you to grind a shit ton of it like Index or something, but it's enough to get a player like a good foot in the door. Like a million credits, if you get it, could set you up for like a good while as a new bro. The amount of aura Kuva holds in lore versus in game, yeah, don't even get me started. I'd say even a veteran player thinks 6k Kuva is pretty shit, Yeah, and it's an RNG chance. More often than not, the most common thing you're getting is this fucking Iatan sculptures. Those are fucking dead worthless. I'd rather the 4K endo. Get rid of the sculptures. I'd even be as risky as to say get rid of the Riven mod and get rid of the Kuva. And just change these to like credit rewards or like resource rewards. I'm sure a new bro would fucking kill to do a sortie and get like a fucking like a Morphix pool or something. You should tie it to the arbitration timer, hey? Because how long do arbitrations go on rotation? It's like once every hour, right? Or once every 2 hours or something like that. Put it on this. Also, Hydron said no defense. Ooh, wow. That's kind of sexy, hey? That's kind of damn. Sight Sobek, anybody? No, I'm going to bed. Love me some Arby's. I fucking hate Arby's. How much Vitus Essence do I have? That's not Vitus Essence. Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I feel like sorties could be really revamped to be really, really good and really, really cool for new players because sorties are like a really underrated, slept on mission type, and I think they're really cool. And I feel like sorties are kind of dead. I don't get anybody like when I click on a sortie on a pub, I don't get any matchmaking. I just load in. Nobody plays sorties, I feel, which is a big shame. All right. Goodbye, chat. I'm gonna go to bed. I have work tomorrow, and I want to get some sleep. Good night, gamers.